Hello everyone, and welcome to the D&D Chronicles, where we talk about D&D because we're bored. I am Thomas.
And I'm Liam.
And today's episode topic is D&D Misconceptions.
Ooh. What do you got to say about that?
I like dragons. I like dragons. I like trains. Okay, basically, D&D misconceptions, things that get mixed up in D&D often. We've probably talked about it in past episodes, but I feel like it's worth having a specific episode dedicated to it, you know?
Yeah.
This is up to personal interpretation, but this is the way we are interpreting it, or at least me as a DM. Liam doesn't get a say in it because he's just a player. Just kidding. Actually, this isn't even on here, but one D&D misconception. DM's word is law. Now, in some cases this can be true. However, if you are a DM, and your players show you something that in the rules you are wrong, please don't just say, yeah, well, my word is law. Please don't. Please do not.
Anyways, I'm gonna remove contagion.
Okay, that spell is broken, bro.
No, it's not. It's just poison without a saving throw.
Anyway.
For 3 turns, and then if they fail all 3 saves, then they get paralyzed anytime they're hit.
Okay, bro.
It's fair.
Also, have I told you that people think if I put on the voice I'm using now, people think it's like an ASMR? It's weird. I don't know what it is about.
Welcome to Liam's ASMR. I have a very good ASMR voice.
Anyway, time for misconception number 1. Action Surge doesn't take a bonus action to use. Now, the thing is, in the rules, it specifically states this, but because a lot of things take bonus actions, some people get that mixed up. For example, I as a DM used to think that Action Surge took a bonus action because I had to run combat super quick, super fast pace, so we didn't always have time to look up the rulings on things. I was wrong a lot, and I'm very sorry, my players. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. You were right. I get it. I owe you $20.
Where's my $20?
Not you.
Why?
For those who can't see, I'm flipping Liam off right now.
For those who can't see, I'm punching him in the balls. They're made of steel and titanium. They aren't doing anything.
Okay, another misconception, quote unquote. Radius. Spell radius.
Ah, yes, radius and sphere.
Okay. If something says it is a radius, that means it goes that distance out from the person. Okay, so for example, not spiritual weapon, I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Cone of cold, fireball.
No, it's the one clerics use. It makes an AoE around them.
Not lightning bolt. What is it? It's not cone of cold, so what could that be?
3rd level spell. I had it on the top of my head. I'm very sorry, everybody.
Thunderwave. Thunderwave's a cantrip.
Yeah.
That's a cantrip.
Thunder wave? Okay, whatever. I'm sorry, everybody. It's very early in the morning. I only got my caffeine just in me, so I'm a little goofed, you know?
I had half of an off-brand Coca-Cola.
It's something similar. It's like Spirit Shroud or something like that.
I've never heard of that spell ever. So I think it's just a spell I haven't heard of.
Actually, hello everybody. Sorry, I paused the recording so that way I could actually go get a PHB. The spell I was talking about was Spirit Guardians. Congratulations if you got that correct.
Yeah, Spirit Guardians. Forgot about that spell.
Yeah, Spirit Guardians. Now it says in the wording, I'm gonna go look it up in here, just so I can get the exact wording on the spell.
Plot twist. It's a 1 D&D spell now. They removed it from 5e.
No, please don't. I love that spell. I love the spell Spirit Guardians. It's awesome.
I hate it because it's only very useful when used against us.
Wrong. Okay, Spirit Guardians. Casting time, 1 action, self. 15-foot radius. Now,
It's 15 by 15.
radius means it goes 15 feet out in all directions around the caster. Meaning, you cast it on yourself, and it'll go 15 feet in every direction. Sphere, on the other hand, such as fireball. Look that up for you guys. Featherfall, Feign Death, Fireball. Here we are. Range 150 feet. 20-foot radius sphere. That means it's focused on a point 10 feet in each direction. Now, I know that might be a little difficult for some viewers to realize, but imagine a grid. Each square is 5 feet, just like most D&D combat grids. The radius for Spirit Guardians... Okay, imagine your mini somewhere on that board now. If each square is 5 feet, the radius for that spell would go 3 squares in each direction. But if you cast Fireball, imagine the point you cast Fireball on, it would only go 2 squares or 10 feet in each direction.
And I used to get that confused a lot, but I've learned from playing D&D enough.
It's a little difficult to understand, especially for new players, and that's okay. Always rely on your DM to help you, and if your DM gets something wrong, oh well, that's okay in most situations.
What you have to do...
And I'm sure if they screw up too badly, a good DM is willing to go back and say, I'm sorry, here's something for your troubles for me messing up.
And of course, you always have to argue with the DM if they get something wrong that you really care about, like your subclass.
Not always. Not always. Sometimes arguing with the DM can be a bad idea. Just handle it respectfully. You always gotta go with a modicum of respect with everybody, not just the DM. I'm talking DM to player, player to DM, player to player, DM to DM.
I just get I get really angry when I focus on my subclass for hours looking at what to do, and then I hear, nuh-uh.
And see, I as a DM, he was playing a subclass I didn't know a lot about, Wildfire Druid. Until he started playing it, I had no clue that it existed. Because I haven't read that book a lot. I've been focusing on writing up my world and helping other people with their characters. I hadn't looked at the Wildfire Druid a lot. But I still thought, but my ego got to me. Because, well, I can be a little bit egotistical at times because I'm a DM, as all DMs can be. I'm sure all of you can relate. I thought, well, I'm the DM, my say goes. And that was not okay. That was not okay. That should not have been how it went. I should have looked at the ruling, gave him time to look up the ruling. However, as a player, keep in mind, it is also your responsibility to keep track of these things.
I mean, I did keep track of it, yeah. It's just...
And you do, but I didn't, and that was my fault. I'm sorry, Lee.
There's still something about it, though. It's not the fact that it doesn't say that the spirit can't move on its own. It's just, it goes after me, and it just can't take any actions.
That is some obscure wording.
Not really obscure wording, it's more of just it doesn't say it can't
However,
move.
the reason why I say it couldn't move is because in 3.5, I don't know if it's different in the player in 5e, but in 3.5 it was called the move action. It didn't take your action, but you couldn't do all of your attacks, essentially. If you moved in 3.5, you could only do one attack.
That's disgusting. That's completely...
Unless you had to charge your feet.
Honestly, this is different.
Yeah, it is different. In fact, you want to look that up now? It's a good time to do it, considering D&D Misconceptions. Let's see if it's called the move action.
definitely not called a move action. Doesn't make any sense. I get like action surge, you surge in action or whatever.
Combat. Let's see here. Breaking up your move. Oh, that's actually a different topic. I'm not gonna look at that yet. Let's see here. I can't really find it. I can't really find it for moving. Whatever, I don't want to lag down the episode recording time.
Oh, we gotta get this recording time up as much as possible.
Number 3. Barbarians don't resist all damage.
Yeah, only
Now-
one type.
Well, even then, he doesn't. Now, hear me out, okay? A lot of people like to brush over the fact that, oh, barbarians, they resist damage. They don't resist all damage. Some people like to brush over that fact because it slightly buffs their character a little bit, being able to resist all damage instead of just those 3 types. Most barbarians only resist bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. However, if you take the totem subclass, Totem Barbarian, and go Bear Totem, you resist all damage except psychic damage.
Yeah, so if someone uses Vicious Mockery on you,
You're taking the full damage.
screw you! Rah!
Screw you! This tiny little gnome, you're a short motherfucker and nobody likes you. To a big orc looking down at him.
The fact it's physically possible to deal less damage than a fireball than with vicious mockery against one of those barbarians. Cursing at someone does more damage than literal fire.
Anyway, but yeah, barbarians, they don't resist all damage, just bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. And if you're a Bear Totem Barbarian, congratulations, you get to resist all kinds of damage except psych damage. You know? Oh, I see what you're looking at. I'll get us to it. Multi-classing spellcaster specifically. Okay, multi-classing. First thing I want to cover is if you get multiple attacks from 2 classes, for example, I'm just going to provide an example here. You have to go high levels in fighter to be able to get more than 2 attacks. At least with just 1 action, anyway.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to provide an example here, if you don't mind, Liam.
yeah, sure.
Actually, no, you go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Well, I don't even really know. I'm just also confused on multi-classing. I don't know anything. It just you tell me what to do, and I'm like, okay. I don't know how to multi-class. I mean, I know how to. I don't know how it works exactly.
Okay, I'll tell you how it works with martial classes.
Sorcerer Druid.
Let's say you go 5th level fighter and 5th level ranger, right? They both get an extra attack. That does not mean you get 3 attacks. Even though they both get the extra attack feature, you do not get 3 attacks. It states that somewhere in the player's handbook, I can't remember where, I can't remember the exact page, but it does state that the only way to get more than 3 attacks with 1 action is you have to go multiple levels in fighter. Because otherwise, you get 3 attacks at an earlier level than just going all in on fighter.
My only knowledge on multi-classing is Wildfire Druid and Sorcerer.
Yep. And it's okay to get that confused. D&D's ruling is very obscure, sometimes confusing, and that's okay.
And they only have like 3 books on rulings and stuff. And, in all like a dictionary size. That's fine.
Yeah, it's only over 1,000 pages of reading.
Yeah, this is simple.
Simple, easy. Get good scrubs.
I could do that in 1 week. If I was clinically insane.
Now, spellcasters. I remember when I first started playing D&D, I used to think that if you went... Let's say I played a cleric multi-classed with a druid. I used to think the spell slots for those classes stayed completely separate. For example, I used to think that I would have cleric spell slots and druid spell slots, my cleric spell slots I had like 4 first level cleric spell slots and 2 second level cleric spell slots.
Which that'd be kind of broken, honestly.
But then I also had 4 first level druid spell slots and 2 second level druid spell slots. That is not how that works, people. It's okay to get it confused. It's kind of an obscure ruling. But on page 165 of the player's handbook, it actually shows you multi-classing spellcaster. It'll show you what it's like for multi-classing spellcasters. For example, a 5th level multi-class spellcaster, whether that be 2 levels druid and 3 levels cleric, or 2 levels wizard and 3 levels sorcerer. It doesn't matter. It'll still be a 5th level caster. You'll still get 4 first level spell slots, 3 second level spell slots, and 2 third level spell slots. However, you might not have the spells for those spell slots. For example, you might have 3rd level spell slots, but you don't know any 3rd level spells.
Yeah, like I have 6th level spell slots. I don't have 6th level spells.
You can still use the spell slots for upcasting.
Yeah, I use Summon Elemental a lot because it's surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Like 3 attacks, 1d10 plus 10.
Yeah, and it's okay to get it confused. Again, D&D's ruling is obscure. We want you to keep that in mind, people. You're not stupid. You're not stupid.
I mean, you might
D&D,
be, but...
Well, okay, you might be. You might have an intelligence score of 7. Orc, but...
Doesn't mean that you're stupid.
Everyone is intelligent in their own ways.
Some people are just intelligent to
Strength.
their mommy or something. Only intelligent to their mom.
Anyway, it doesn't mean you're stupid. D&D can be very complicated, and including you DMs out there, if you have any questions, comment me in the comments, dude. I'd be happy to help you. But yeah, it's okay to get confused. I just want to say that. Yeah. Oh, and another thing I want to cover is half-casters, because I have no idea where it mentions half-casters and multi-classing casters. So what I do as a DM is I say a half-caster level counts as half a caster level. So, for example, let's say you're a 5th level wizard and a 6th level ranger. Rangers are half-casters. I would say that counts as 3 levels in caster level for the multi-classing purposes. For spell slots. You know?
Yeah.
How would you rule it?
I don't know. I don't play ranger. I just try to make a really good build that that couldn't technically be considered power building. I go very close along the edge of power building. That's it.
To be honest, you are kind of a power build, and that's okay.
If you think I'm power building, you should see what I can do with a monk and a fighter mixed.
Oh, that's gross.
Or I'm making a subclass called Way of the Dagger for monk. You should see that when I actually get to it.
Nice. But yeah. Something I put down here is, while it is up to DM interpretation, talk to your DM first. I, as a DM, say you can attack, move, and then attack again.
Oh.
What I mean by that...
I actually saw that in the wording.
Well, listen to this. Breaking up your movement. Moving between attacks. If you take by the way, this is on Player's Handbook, page 190, if anyone wants to look up the specific wording. But moving between attacks. If you take an action that includes more than one weapon attack, you can break up your movement even further by moving between those attacks. For example, a fighter can make 2 attacks with the extra attack feature, who also has a speed of 25, could move 10 feet, attack, and then move 15 feet and attack again. It specifically states that in the ruling. Keep that in mind, DMs.
You know what? We should actually make some subclasses, and then we should talk about them on the podcast.
That would be fun. Now, using different speeds, as this is also another one that I kind of wanted to look at. If you have more than one speed, such as a walking speed and a flying speed, you can switch back and forth between your speeds during your move. Whenever you switch, subtract the distance that you've already moved from the new speed. The result determines how much farther you can move. If the result is 0 or less, you can't use the new speed during that current move. For example, if you have a speed of 30 and a flying speed of 60, because the wizard casts fly on you, you can move 20 feet with the fly spell and then walk 10 feet. And then leap into the air and fly 30 feet more.
So if you have a fly speed of 60 and you have a walk speed of 30, how would that work?
You can walk 30 feet and fly 30 feet.
Oh, I see. Okay. And I do know something that you didn't know before, actually, that while it's not on the thing of the things we're going to talk about, hover.
Oh yeah, hover means you just can't take fall damage.
Yeah, that's really all it means. You just can't take fall damage.
Basically, it means that you can't hit the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you can still be slammed into the wall, but you can't, like, if you fall, like, if you are flying and you get hit, you won't take fall damage. You won't even fall, actually. You just stay in the air.
Well, you might fall, but you won't hit the ground. You'll just be close to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it actually works.
Within swinging range of the fighter and my great axe.
No. Flies 50,000 feet in the air with a fire spirit and then just starts spamming firebolts. The best way to beat a Jirax.
Yeah. Balanced. One more thing. You don't have to use your action before your bonus action. People used to think that you had to use your action before your bonus action. No, you don't.
I used to think that at the very beginning, actually, because I was like, oh, well, the bonus action is just like a small carry-on of my first action or whatever, but no.
No. A rogue can bonus action dash and then take their action. Or bonus action hide and then take their action. Or you can cast bonus action Hunter's Mark and then stab somebody with your action. Like this!
Help me.
Oh, don't worry.
No. Got anything else on the agenda, or is that it?
I believe that is it. We should have enough recording time on here.
Pretty sure normally we get to 500 and something, so yeah.
Anyway.
Remember to leave a positive review if you like the podcast. If you want to hear about a topic, let us know, and may your rolls be high. May you not die. Good luck and goodbye.
I'm stabbing Liam.